that floats on the fish pond beside their home. The two adult sons, adorned in hip waders, stand in the shallow water at opposite ends of their vessel. A coffee table sits in the middle of the bobbing boat, a TV precariously balanced upon it. Other household possessions are staged on shore in front of the Wu's home. Bicycles, electric fans, a guitar, clothing, a sewing machine, a rice cooker, a table, a sofa, and dinnerware. The image evokes the impression of moderate prosperity achieved through diligence and industry. I first encountered these captivating portraits while waiting for an international flight in Chicago. The art exhibit featured families from around the world sitting in front of their homes, surrounded by their possessions. The pictures were part of a project envisioned by photojournalist Peter Menzel, who desired to capture the lifestyles of average families around the globe. His book, Material World, leads us on a photographic journey into the lives and possessions of families from 30 different countries. From time to time, I thumb through my copy of Menzel's book, fascinated when I think about the stuff we surround ourselves with. Some items are objects of daily use: microwave, coffee maker, bed, boots. Others are keepsakes that hold sentimental value for one reason or another: family pictures, high school yearbooks, sets of dishes passed down from our grandmothers. But other belongings are neither cherished nor used. You know, the stuff that we bought once upon a time that just sort of sits there, or hangs there, or is piled there, clothing no longer worn, books never read, shoes that haven't seen daylight in years, dusty exercise equipment purchased with lofty intentions. My suspicion is that, most often, we are unconscious and unreflective of the mass of stuff we somehow manage to accumulate. Then comes a moment of clarity, say moving day, when we are faced with physically lifting and packing hundreds, thousands of items. Suddenly, we come in tactile contact with the sum of our acquisitions. Hours of handling, lifting, sorting, and boxing can prompt a couple to question, where did we get all this crap? My friend Brian experienced this sensation after a fire left his spacious home in ruins. He sifted through the remnants, cataloging and bagging every item for accurate reporting to the insurance company. Itemizing each and every shirt and shoe, pot and pan, book and blender was a staggering experience for him. I suspect these moments when we are assaulted by the sum of our gathered goods are exceedingly rare. It usually does take an arriving moving van or a departing fire truck to truly reckon with the mountain of possessions we surround ourselves with. Lightening the load. Recently, I was exposed to my own world of accumulation when I embarked on a project to give things away. Namely, my goal was to rid my life of 5 items a day for 6 weeks. That amounted to 35 objects a week, a total of 210 items over the 6-week experiment, which was prompted by reading Jen Hatmaker's book, 7, An Experimental Mutiny Against Excess. At the outset, I need to emphasize that this project was not an exercise in generosity. To be truly generous, a gift should probably cost you something, and most of the items I relinquished were belongings I never used and wouldn't miss. This was more a mission to declutter, a modest attempt to rid my life of some excess baggage. But I found the 6-week exercise immensely helpful in identifying previously undetected patterns of acquiring and accumulating. Before I chronicle the 6 weeks, I need to mention that my wife, Chris, faithfully rids our home of outdated, unworn, and unused stuff. We are not pack rats, and we have a general allergy to clutter. I have no hoarding instincts, or so I thought. Week 1. I venture to the basement and exhume a box of VHS tapes, 35 of them in all, coincidentally matching the number of items I desire to rid my life of for week 1. I say goodbye to the Star Wars trilogy, Little Rascals, Mission Impossible, a box set of National Geographic videos, and so on. We no longer have a VHS player, haven't had one for years, yet the tapes have hibernated in a box in the basement storage room. They are now obsolete to our lives. I cart them off to a thrift store that still sells VHS tapes. As I